Have you ever felt it? That strange moment when life seems to wink at you? You think of someone, and they appear. You open a book at random, and find the exact words your heart needed. A song plays, and it feels written for you. It's as if the universe is alive, aware, and speaking in a language beyond logic. Carl Jung called this mystery synchronicity, a bridge between your inner world and the outer world. Jung said that when something inside you changes, the world around you starts to respond. He believed these moments are proof that the psyche and the universe are deeply connected. It isn't luck. It isn't chance. It's life mirroring your inner state. Carl Jung told a story about a woman who could not open her heart. She dreamed of a golden scarab, a symbol of rebirth. The next day, as she spoke about the dream, a beetle tapped on the window. He caught it, placed it in her hand, and her walls finally broke. Tears came. Healing began. That is what Jung meant by these moments, when the outer event echoes an inner truth, and life answers a question the mind never said aloud. Carl Jung believed the human mind is not a closed box. He saw it as part of the larger fabric of existence. Every thought, every emotion, sends a small ripple through that fabric. When your inner world and your outer path begin to move together, life feels connected. It's as if the universe leans closer and whispers, "Now you're listening." Most of us rush past these moments. We call them coincidence. Because to believe otherwise means admitting something greater is at work. And that idea is both beautiful and frightening. You can't force synchronicity. It comes when the soul and the path are ready. Like a radio tuning into a clear frequency, off tune is static, in tune is music. The signs may look small, a number that repeats, a dream that returns, a phrase that stays with you, but they carry meaning. They say, keep going. They say, you're ready. They say, yes. Deep down, we all long to feel seen by life itself. Carl Jung taught that the world around you reflects what's happening within you. Not as punishment, but as guidance. When you live in harmony with your values and your intuition, these meaningful moments flow easily, like breath. When you ignore that inner voice, the signs fade. Jung reminded us, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Maybe the signs don't come from outside at all. Maybe they're reflections of your own soul, calling you home. There was once a girl who kept finding white feathers everywhere, on her window, in the street, inside a book she just bought. At first she laughed it off. Then she noticed they appeared whenever she doubted herself. The feathers weren't about luck. They were reminders of presence, a gentle signal that she was not alone. That's what these moments really are, not messages from the sky, but mirrors from within. Carl Jung believed that life is a conversation between the conscious and the unconscious mind. And the language of that conversation is meaning. What if life isn't random at all? What if it listens to your energy, the way a friend listens to your words? Every thought you nurture, whether faith or fear, shapes the reply you receive. When you move in alignment, the world becomes a symphony instead of noise. If this reflection speaks to you, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It helps these messages reach others who need them. These meaningful moments aren't about seeing magic everywhere, they're about seeing meaning everywhere. When you pause, listen, and follow the gentle nudges, you step into the dance of life instead of watching from the side. You and the universe are not separate. You are partners in a conversation that never ends. Every coincidence is life whispering, "I'm here, and so are you." When your heart and your mind begin to move in the same direction, life starts to echo that vibration. Carl Jung said that when the inner and the outer come into harmony, life begins to answer in symbols. You meet the right people. Doors open with ease. A message arrives at the perfect moment. Not before, not after. That is alignment. Not control, but connection. Jung believed that these moments show how psyche and world are woven together. When you act from truth, life responds in kind. It's not about chasing signs. It's about allowing them to appear when you are ready to see. These moments are the universe saying, "I heard you." Carl Jung taught that every pattern, every dream, every chance meeting is part of a larger dialogue. The outer world speaks the language of the inner. It's not fantasy. It's resonance. When you follow what feels honest inside, you vibrate differently. That vibration attracts experiences that match it. That's why forcing things rarely works. Force is noise. Alignment is music. When you are centered, life hums with confirmations. When you are lost, it gently redirects you through delay or silence. Jung said that when something blocks our path, it's often the psyche asking us to slow down. These moments don't exist to entertain you. They exist to guide you. Sometimes that guidance simply says, wait. Not every door must open now. Not every silence is rejection. Some silences are sacred pauses. When the mind grows impatient, the soul whispers, trust the timing. It isn't luck. It's timing in motion, a choreography between what is seen and unseen. Carl Jung believed that our personal rhythm is connected to the rhythm of the whole. When you trust that rhythm, life feels lighter. True alignment never makes you anxious. It brings calm. If you ever wonder whether a sign is real, ask yourself how it feels. If it brings peace, it's real. If it brings tension, it's projection. The universe doesn't rush you. It reminds you. If something is meant for you, it will return when both of you are ready. That is the quiet beauty of alignment. When you live honestly, speak kindly, and act with integrity, you create harmony between your inner and outer worlds. Harmony always attracts harmony. The more you live in truth, the more the world mirrors truth back to you. Carl Jung said that meaning appears whenever the soul and the world meet each other halfway. That's when these meaningful moments multiply. Life feels as if it's walking beside you, not ahead or behind. Sometimes the smallest gesture is a sign, a stranger's smile, a line in a film, a scent that stirs a forgotten memory. These are not accidents. They are reminders that your story is part of something vast and alive. Each time you notice one, pause. Thank life for the reminder that you are connected, that your path is unfolding as it should. When gratitude fills your heart, these moments grow stronger. Gratitude tunes the soul to recognition, and recognition opens the bridge between worlds. If you feel this truth, take a second to like the video and subscribe for more reflections like this. Each act of support keeps this circle of awareness alive. Carl Jung believed that shared understanding helps humanity awaken to its deeper unity. When we spread awareness, we strengthen that invisible web between us. Life begins to speak more clearly. The language of meaning becomes a language of love. It says, you are not forgotten. It says, you are being guided. Even the pauses in the song belong to the melody. When you begin to trust that, you stop needing proof and start feeling peace. That is alignment, the point where your inner world hums the same note as life itself. Sometimes the signs fall silent. The feathers stop appearing. The numbers fade. The road feels empty. And you start to wonder, did I lose my connection? Did life stop listening? Carl Jung reminded us that silence is also a sign. When nothing moves around you, it means the soul is speaking quietly within. He believed that when we ignore the language of the unconscious, the outer world begins to mirror that disconnection. We meet the same lessons again and again. Different faces. Same emotion. Different stories. Same ache. It isn't punishment. It's direction. Life repeats what we refuse to learn. When the signs fade, ask gently, where am I forcing? Where am I pretending not to know? Where am I clinging to control instead of trusting flow? Carl Jung said that the psyche seeks balance, and when the conscious mind forgets the soul, the world will remind us through patterns, events, and people who echo what we need to face. These quiet phases are not rejection. They are invitations to return to honesty. Honesty brings you back to truth, and truth is the language of the soul. You don't have to search for signs. You just have to return to sincerity, to the quiet inside you that already knows the next step. When you stop chasing, life reveals itself again. The signs come back softly, a song that makes you breathe deeper, a person who mirrors what you have healed, a new beginning that feels strangely familiar. Carl Jung believed that when two events meet without cause but with meaning, it shows that mind and matter share one thread. That thread is awareness. When you follow it, you stop feeling separate from existence. You realize that life does not send signs to control you. It offers them to remind you that you belong. So if your signs have gone quiet, don't panic. Sit with the stillness. It's not the end. It's recalibration. The universe pauses when you need rest. It resumes when your heart is ready again. Alignment is not a straight line. It's a dance between listening and acting, between surrender and direction, between knowing and not knowing. Each step teaches you to trust yourself a little more, and to trust life a little deeper. Carl Jung often said that the process of individuation is learning to follow the path that feels alive within you, even when the road is uncertain. That's where synchronicity lives, in the meeting of courage and faith. So breathe. You haven't lost your path. You are simply being asked to walk it with more awareness. These meaningful moments will return when your presence returns. And when they do, you'll see how every silence, every delay, every detour was guiding you toward this clarity. Then the signs will shine again, not because they changed, but because you did. You will recognize them, because now you see with calmer eyes. That is the real miracle. Carl Jung believed the world has always been speaking to us. The question is not whether life sends signs, but whether we are awake enough to hear them. If this reflection touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe for more gentle messages like this one. Each soul that joins this space helps the light grow stronger. When awareness spreads, love spreads with it. These meaningful moments are life's way of saying, you are exactly where you need to be. Every step was never random. Every silence was never empty. Every sign was always a reminder. You are connected. You are seen. You are guided. Thank you for being here with me. Take care of your heart. And may love always guide your path.